What's up, guys? It's John Dominique Prize Picks. Today I'm going to talk about a camera, the Ricoh Super FF3A or FF3A Super camera. I picked this guy up maybe a month or two ago. Only put one roll of film through it so far, but I'm liking the results. I'll show you some pictures soon. I will say that it's got good build quality. It's plastic, but it's high quality plastic, and it feels robust. It feels pretty heavy for its size. This is a 35mm film camera. I put a roll of film through it already once and didn't have any problems with it, except that the light seals are a little bit deteriorating. Like this one in the back right here, especially if you can see this piece right here. When I took the film out, the film canister had some of this foam stuck on it, so it kind of like, I don't know, it's disintegrating a little bit. But the you know, there weren't any light leaks in the pictures, and they came out pretty good. What I especially like about the pictures on this one is the color quality. Like, they're a little bit pastel, but the lens is really sharp on this guy. This is it's a 35mm f3.2. It's got good quality glass in it. It's sharp, and the pictures have a distinctiveness to it. It's hard to describe. There's a little bit of grittiness to it, I think. I know these Ricoh cameras are renowned, and they're used for a lot of street photography. I could see how this camera would be in a very similar vein. Its form factor is a little bit longer. If you can see on the top here, it's got like some controls on here. This is the shutter button. And this right here, I think, is the self timer button. And then it tells you like your film count right here. But it's a little bit longer and a little bit slimmer than a lot of other cameras, point and shoots in the market. And that makes it nice to hold, and it fits easily in the pocket, so it's real slick. It's easy to carry, so this is a good everyday carry camera. This was made in the 80s, so it's kind of, you know, it's not the quietest thing around. It makes noise like when you take the picture and it rewinds the film, but I'm not too worried about that. The build quality is solid. You know, it takes AA batteries here in this chamber, which are really popular, and it makes the camera like that less of a liability, because you can get these AA batteries almost anywhere, everywhere. If you run out of battery power, you can pick them up on Walgreens or anything. And again, it's robust. It's a solid piece of camera. Like, it's a nice piece of equipment. It's nice to hold in the hand. The grip here, it's not the most substantial thing. I couldn't for the life of me figure out how to take the wrist strap off of this thing, but it took me forever, and I finally did. I had to consult the manual. But the camera is nice to hold in the hand, and one-handed, yeah, pretty easily, which is a nice feature. The lens is a little offset to the right-hand side, which I kind of don't like too much. It's easy to get your finger in the way. That can happen pretty easily. And the same thing with the viewfinder on the back, the eyepiece. It's a little bit off center to the right of the camera. I'd have preferred more to the left, so make it almost more like a rangefinder, but that's no issue. It works fine. The viewfinder is fairly good. I'll have to say, because a lot of viewfinders, I'm very picky about my viewfinders on these point and shoots. A lot of them aren't that great, and I will not like for instance, the Olympus, I think the MJU and that Infinity Zooms, that series of cameras, the pictures on there are excellent. I had one, the Infinity Zoom, and it was like, oh my God, I love that camera. But the dinger was the viewfinder was so small and tiny, and I just, I couldn't make it my everyday camera. But this one I can, because the viewfinder is very good. It's got like yellow lines on the very outside that'll show you your frame, and then it's got like a little 4 in a square kind of lines in the middle that kind of show you the center of the frame. And then it has like, it'll tell you if it needs flash. It's like a red mountain or something like that, and it tells you like where it's gonna, how it's gonna focus. I think it's a mountain for infinity, and like a person's torso and their head for like a middle ground, and then like a flower for like up close. Does have automatic flash. I haven't used, well, I want to say I did take one flash picture and it came out pretty good, I want to say. So I'm good, I'm happy for that. And that's one of my big things about film, is like a lot of the older SLRs that I use, that I like to use, they don't have flashes on them. So I like to have a couple of point and shoots that have flashes on them. It's got the ASA dial, the ISO mode dial here. You can just kind of flip this to whatever film speed you need. And you know, you turn it on and off with this button here. So this opens like the lens hatch or whatever you want to call it. And it that's how you turn it on when it gets ready to fire. This camera was fun to use, I'm not gonna lie to you. The halfway mark for the shutter button is very tactile. I like it. You know when you're getting halfway. I will say though that I don't think this thing focuses that great, especially up close. I noticed that the background is really sharp in my photos, and the foregrounds are kind of a little bit less sharp. I don't know if that's user error or not. I just probably need to play around a little bit more to get to know how it's, what the closest minimum focus distance is going to be and how it's going to react. It'll take me some time to get used to, but I think I want to keep this guy because again, the form factor is really slick. I really like the compactness of it. I'm not going to say it's the most compact camera out there, but the way that it's elongated and kind of thinner compared to a lot of other cameras, it's easy to fit in and slip in your pocket, in my back pocket, in my front pocket. If it goes with me, it fits in a lot of little places that you wouldn't normally take a camera. So I like that a lot. And point and shoots are not really my thing. I never really liked them that much because they tend to be unreliable. And I've heard stories about this camera in particular and this brand Ricoh, which is not a brand that it's not the most popular thing on the block. I'm not very familiar with this brand, but this one I like. I want to explore even more. I know that they've got like their GR series, the digital series, which are the most popular cameras with the digital cameras. Those are definitely street photography tools, and they're very popular for people who do street photography for good reason. I don't know if all their brands, how reliable they are, but this one I can see me using for a long time. I want to keep this. I've heard other stories that people say this is a really robust camera as well. It doesn't break very easily, and that's great. So I'm going to keep shooting this guy and sharing more pictures as I go along, and that's my review. John Dominique Prize Picks.